What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Kay coming with another video. And I know, I don't have to say it, but I'm gonna say it. It's been a long time since you've seen my face. But if this is your first time seeing my face, please consider subscribing. And if you like this video, please like it, click that thumbs up, and comment down below. Let me get right into it. As you can see by the title, this is about my labor and delivery. My labor and delivery story. Yeah, currently I am 4 months postpartum. So on February 28th was the day before my 40 weeks. I was turning 40 weeks. So I was turning 40 weeks on March 1st. And I was basically really just tired of being pregnant. I was really ready to just have him. So I don't know if anybody heard of the Midwives Brew. There's a video of my labor right up here somewhere. You can click on the little eye, and it shows, you know, a little bit of the labor and whatnot, but it doesn't show all of it. So that's why I'm giving you the story. But I did the Midwives Brew and I took it quickly, and it says for me to take it within 30 minutes. So I did that, and 2 hours later, my contractions started. I was having contractions. It wasn't intense, but they were uncomfortable. And like, I felt like they were regular. I mean, not regular. They was coming like every 10 minutes, every 15. So, like I said, I took the Midwives Brew. It was around 8 o'clock. And around 10 o'clock, that's when my contractions started. And it went throughout the whole night, whole night. My husband was at work, so I didn't bother him or anything. And like I said, they weren't intense, so I didn't feel like it was time for me to go to the hospital or anything. So the next morning came, and I was still having contractions. Like, I just knew I was about to go to the hospital. My husband said I was taking showers. I woke up like 5 o'clock in the morning, taking my shower, packing my clothes, because I didn't pack a hospital bag until that night. So he's like, I just knew that I was gonna be admitted. But March 1st came, and I was still having contractions, but they was getting more intense, but still tolerable. Like, still tolerable. Not to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't take it no more. So I felt like I didn't really need to go to the hospital. And plus, my doctor's appointment was that day. So I was like, you know what, let me just go to the doctor's appointment and let's see what they say. Still having contractions. My doctor's appointment was at 12 noon. And I went to the doctor's appointment, and guess what? As soon as I got to the doctor's office, my contractions stopped.
Say what?
It stopped. I'm like, what in the world? What happened? Like, what happened? My contractions stopped. It was crazy. But they checked me to see how dilated I was, and I was 4 centimeters dilated. Like the week before, I wasn't even 1 centimeter. So I believe the brew did that, you know, did that 4 centimeters for me. All that contractions was the baby being helped push down. So I think it helped a lot with it being 4 centimeters. So I was happy when they said I was 4 centimeters dilated. I was happy with that. Since it was my due date, they suggested that I get induced, which I did not want to get induced. So that's why I was trying to do this brew so it can happen naturally. Because I did not want to get induced. My first 2 with Champ, I got induced. I went over my due date. With Chase, my water broke a couple of days before. However, my contractions wasn't starting, which was crazy. So my water broke, but my contractions wasn't starting. So they had to give me the Picasin. I don't know how you say it, but basically I got induced. Gave me the medicine for me to have the contractions. So with this one, I did not want that because they said that with the medicine, the pain is worse. The contractions are worse. And so I was just determined to have him without being induced. So that when I was at the doctor's and they said I was 4 centimeters, they suggested that I get induced and for me to come in the morning. So I was like, okay, whatever. They sent me home. I was like, I was telling Juan that, listen, he has to come on his own. I feel like he's gonna come on his own. He just gotta come. So I did the brew again that night. It was around 6 o'clock when I took it. 6 o'clock. But before that, you know, before I took the brew, I walked in the mall. Was it a mall? Where'd we go? I think it was a mall. No, Walmart. Walked in Walmart because I had to get a few extra things for the baby. So I walked in Walmart. It was a lot of pressure though. A lot of pressure. I remember during that time. And so like I said, around 6 o'clock came and I took the brew. It's nasty, y'all. That brew, ugh. I can still taste it. It's the castor oil and the almond butter. Those two things were very pronounced. Like it stood out, and that's the taste that was making me sick. Like I forced it down, but it was just like so nasty. But I took it at 6. My contractions started at 8. So 2 hours. Like it takes 2 hours, as what I saw on other YouTube videos, that it took about 2 hours, and for their contractions to start. And so did mine. And it was around 8 o'clock. A little bit like 7:38. That's when it started. But during this time, it's between 6 and 8 and 9. Like I was doing Zumba. I was doing Zumba in my living room. Like I said, I was just determined to have him, for him to come without being induced. I was doing Zumba. I was moving. I was jumping, doing jumping jacks. I was just trying to have him. And like I said, 8 o'clock came. My contractions really started, and I was still doing Zumba. Even while having contractions, like I would have to stop sometimes because they were coming. They was coming, and they were stronger than previous. Like strong than previous. So like around 9 o'clock, I was like, listen, I think I need to go to the hospital. I think it's time for me to go to the hospital. So that's when I told my husband, we packed everybody up. Chef Chase, we had to go over to my mom-in-law's house to drop them off. And she just steady talking, talking to me and like trying to, I don't know what she was trying to do. She was just talking to me. I'm like having contractions in between her talking. She was like, oh, you having a contraction now? Girl, yes, let me go. Let me go to the hospital. But yeah, we left there. It was around between 9:30 and 9:45 when we got to the hospital. And it was just hard for me to walk. Contractions were coming maybe like 5 minutes apart. And like it was really hurting to the point where tears was coming down my eyes because they were hurting. So we walked to the labor and delivery triage, and you know, they had me undress and put a gown on, and having contractions, trying to use the bathroom, contractions, trying to unchange, contractions, and they checked me. And they said, can you believe it? They said that I was still 4 centimeters. I was like, this can't be right. This cannot be right. All these contractions, just 4 centimeters? Nah. This can't be right. No. Anybody can guess what movie that's from? Comment below. What movie is that from? No. Anywho, they said I was 4 centimeters, still 4 centimeters dilated, and so they checked my vital signs, they checked everything, and like maybe 5 minutes later, my contractions like jumped from 5 minutes apart to like back to back, like 1 minute apart, like 2 minutes, 1 minute apart. It was coming back to back, and I'm like, what's going on? Like I what's going on? Why is my contractions so non-stop? Why are they it won't stop? And I'm getting sick. I'm like, I feel sick to myself. I feel sick. They was trying to put an IV in. And they couldn't do it. Like the nurse that I had, she couldn't find a right spot. I guess my veins are too small. I don't know. But they couldn't find a good spot. But during this time they're trying to find a place for me to stick me, I'm having these contractions back to back, and like I said, I was feeling sick to my stomach. I was like, let me get a bag because I think I'm about to throw up. They had to call another nurse because like the first nurse couldn't stick me, but when the other nurse was, you know, on their way, they checked me again, and I was 7 centimeters from 4. When they said I was 4, and within a 10-15 minute pocket, I jumped from 4 centimeters to 7 centimeters. That quick, from 4 centimeters to 7 centimeters. What I think happened was when they checked me, because you know, TMI, they have to go all the way up in here to check me. I think it helped widen me, or you know, do something for chance to come down faster. So like, yes, 4 centimeters to 7 centimeters that quick. So yeah, the nurse came. She was able with just one try to, she put the IV in, and they rolled me to another room because I was in triage. So they rolled me to a room where I was going to deliver. But during this time of me having these contractions, I'm like, please, can I get a medicine? Please let me get some medicine. I'm talking about the epidural. Please let me get some medicine. I need some medicine. And because, you know, with Champ and Chase, I was able to get epidurals. I thought I would be able to get an epidural. So, like, I was already 7 centimeters within that short time. And when I got to the other room, maybe 10 minutes later, I felt like I had a poop. And I felt like I had a poop. I felt a whole lot of pressure, and I was like, I think I gotta push. I think I gotta push. And it was like, no, don't push yet. No, don't push. The doctor wasn't there. Their doctor wasn't there. They had to call the doctor and whatnot. The doctor wasn't there. I was like, I think I gotta push. I gotta push. My water breaks. A whole lot of stuff came out. I don't know what Juan was thinking at this moment. I don't know what was on his mind, but it was a whole lot of stuff that came out. And then so they checked me again. I was about 9 centimeters, and like I can't really. It's all a blur because I'm trying. These contractions was coming nonstop, and I was just, you know, everything was just a blur. Everything was a blur around me. And before I know it, like I had no time to get epidural. No time to get an epidural. Before I know it, Chance was here at 11:08 p.m. He was 7 pounds 2 ounces, and 20 inches long. Yeah, like it went so fast that, like, to be honest, I feel like I could do that if I had another baby, which I don't want to. Not right now. No, she ain't ready. I could do that again. Like if it was that quick, and I could do that again. Like without having an epidural. Like I honestly felt so proud of myself. I felt so proud of myself that I had him natural. Like it was amazing. I mean, I felt every little thing. I felt every little thing. His head coming out, and his little shoulders and limbs and everything just coming out. I felt all of that. I felt all of that. Like, but before him coming out, it was just a ring of fire. That's all I can really explain. It burned. There's a lot of pressure. And I was screaming. I was screaming. I wish you could have heard, you know, me actually when he was coming out. I was like a growl. I guess you can call it. It was like a growl. I remember that. I was growling like a I don't know. But I was trying to push. It was crazy. It was amazing. It was, yeah. I really wish Juan was recording, but he said it just went so fast he just really forgot. And yeah, I wanted to show you my postpartum belly 4 months after. Here it is, side, see, still got a pouch, side, front. I'm wearing the same thing that I had on my 39-week update. You can check that over here or over there. Side, still got some work to do. Like I said, I have 20 pounds to lose to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight. So yeah, and let me be completely real with you guys, and let me show you my belly. This is after having 3 kids. Here it is after having 3 kids. I don't know if you can see the stretch marks. She jiggling, baby. Go ahead, baby. Oh Lord. Yep. So this is what happens to when you have 3 kids. Horrible. I was really considering getting a tummy tuck. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's my stomach. That's my belly. That's what it looked like. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if this is your first time seeing my face, please consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment below. Comments below. Alright, you guys. I'll holler at you later. Peace.